All right, Shalom Aki. All praises goes to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash. Double honors goes to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone that have taught me the truth. And much love and peace and blessings goes out to all you hopeful elect brothers that are teaching the word of Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai. So this is going to be a lesson. And it's something that just came to my, because I just wanted to get in the car, air out some thoughts. And it's basically going to be about through the fire of adversity, because that's what we're entering into. We're entering into a time that's very similar. In essence, how it's going to play out is similar to many situations in the scriptures, but one I can name specifically that's coming to mind is the three wise children, which were young Israelite men that had refused to bow down to the Babylonian god, which was an idol that was a golden idol, which was made and it was mandated that all worship this god. But these three Israelite men, Hananiah, Mishael, and Azariah, they refused. They refused, man. They refused. And because of that, but we got to break that down itself. They refused. Why? Because they believed in the higher power. They believed in Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, the God of their forefathers, right? The God of Israel, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. And because of this, because they understood what could possibly happen to them behind bowing to that fake idol, they put their fear in the Most High rather than a man. So then that's what made them refuse. You see? Because they understood clearly they could get jacked up way worse than what Nebuchadnezzar could do from the Most High, right? Like the scriptures say, it's a terrible thing to fall into the hands of the living power. So that's something that we got to think about as far as when it comes to the situations we might face, where you may be presented with the option of wickedness, of like the RFID microchip and blah, 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 right? Anything that comes before our path to get us to hedge our integrity, to hedge our walk in our faith towards our power, that we got to think about how dreadful that our power is, but yet that he can deliver. Because since those three men, these three men of the Lord, they refused that mandate, right? And I'm using this word on purpose because we're in a similar situation this day and age. Because they refused that law from the rulers of their time, Nebuchadnezzar and whatnot, they faced the wrath of men, right? So they were thrown into a furnace, a blazing hot furnace that actually was so hot that it killed the men that threw them, those three brothers. It killed them. It was so hot, it killed them. But you see, that's the type of adversity that we're going to face. You could look at that literal oven as a parabolic oven that we're going to have to face. Through what? Having our homes stripped away from us, from not wanting to take vaccine, or not wanting to take the chip, not wanting to comply with this evil rulership anymore. So having your children taken away, that's a part of that adversity as well, because out there in Israel, these Israeli police seized a baby from the home because the quote unquote the parents tested positive for this COVID-19. You see what I mean? And all other situations, man, whether it be Esau got you in the jam and he's threatening to cut your fingers off, maim you, and gouge your eyes out, or electrify you, or some weird crazy shit, just to get you to bow to him in his system, or just plain on die. because that's what those men ultimately faced, was death. They faced death, and yet a death at the hands of men, and yet still trusted in their power. But yet, and the scriptures even go into how they praised the Lord in the midst of that furnace, to the point where, since them having faith, see, they initially showed faith before they were put in the fire by refusing to bow to that idol and hearken unto man's ordinance, right? So because they showed their faith in that moment, Yahweh Hashem Yahushai came through for them and delivered them to the point where when they were thrown in that fire, they were not touched. Do you see what I'm saying? So it's the very same similar situation that's playing out. The scriptures mention this time being the hour of temptation, in which all the inhabitants of the world are being tempted right now to basically, it's leading up to the mandatory CHIP, mandatory RFID CHIP, which you should understand what that spells out to. It's an implant which is going to be used for Esau to complete his Godhead, which he says, which will, offer convenience to your life, but it's really for control. It's really for slavery, right? So all in all, when you understand, this is just nothing but the trickery of the devil, because though you may not be physically bowing down to a golden idol, right? That's why you got to be spiritual when you understand the scriptures and et cetera, et cetera. You're not literally bowing down to an idol when you do this, but in the spirit you are. You're saying that you trust more in Esau's system, the way he gets food quickly to the grocery store. You can fill up your car with gas easily, the money system, the women, etc., blah, blah, blah. You trust in that more than the Most High's ability to give you food and raiment and to protect yourself from harm and your family and all that. You see? So this test. It's a test in your mind. It's a dichotomy, if you will. I'm not thinking of the right word, but it's choices, man, that's being laid out clear and cut as we move forward. And just like those 3 wise children, which they were young men, they had the choice: bow down or fear the Lord and don't bow down. And that's the similar choice that all the earth is going to have to face. But specifically who this judgment is nigh to is to the Israelites, because the Israelites, the creator of this world is only the God unto the Israelites. Yeah, he controls and kills and all that to everyone else, but the true test of heart, true test of spirit is to the Israelites, to see who is for him and who is primed to be of those candidates to be of the next rulership to come. The first fruits of the kingdom that he's about to usher in, right? The kingdom, because it's the bigger picture. You can't be small-minded. So these guys, these Israelite camps and the rest of the people of the world, the rest of our people that's in the world, the reason why they're going to take the chip is because they're small-minded. They don't understand the glory and the opportunity that's laid before them through the fear and trust in the Lord versus fear and trust in whatever this devil is fucking purporting to you and shit, man. You know what I mean? So it's adversity. It's something that we got to face, and it's not going to be a cakewalk. Even though the Lord said, my servant shall eat, my servant shall laugh for joy, it's still going to be the hardest situation that we have to face, that we've ever faced in our lifetimes. But still, we'll have that comfort. And if you be a man of the Lord, or of the women that believe or that's going to come in, so lucky. then you will trust. You will put your trust in the Lord, because He will show signs. Because look, one of the themes that's being played out as well is that the fact that we've had our mind towards the Most High. Whether you be in the truth 6 months, a year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, 30 years, 40, right? We've been trusting. We've had our mind towards this thing ended, and the Most High, He's not unrighteous to forget your labor of love, as the scriptures say. So, like I said, it won't be a cakewalk to us, but compared to the people of the world that's gonna suffer, that the Most High is gonna jack up, it's gonna be a cakewalk compared to them. Because this is their judgment, this is their punishment for refusing to get right to the Heavenly Father. You know what I mean? So they're gonna get fucked up. But adversity, when you think of adversity, you got to think of opposition, of forces that come against you to displease you, whether it be physical, mental, spiritual. That's what we have to face. So think of all opportunities, physical, mental, and spiritual, that can irritate you, that can make you sad, that can make you hurt, that can make you do this and do that. That is what's coming to us. But yet, in the face of adversity, we have to maintain our integrity. We have to maintain in the things which we have learned, like the scriptures say. You see what I mean? So, of words of comfort, man. If we be of the hopeful elect, if us brothers that have endured, that have showed charity, that have showed love toward the Achim, we will get through it. We will see the other side, and we will win. You see? But yet and still, you have to root yourself in the fact that we will be faced with adversity, because you can't just gloss over that fact. But if you have faith, if you're a believer, we're gonna get through it, man. So I think that's pretty much as far as I'm gonna go with this. The hour of adversity, the time of adversity, the fire of adversity. And fire burns you up. Fire purges unnecessary things. And that's what's gonna happen. We're gonna get purged to our bottom floor of all the unnecessary things. If you're a brother, you ain't walking right in the spirit, there are kinks in your armor the Lord wants to flatten out. Oh, He's gonna flatten that out when this adversity comes, because adversity, as like a lot say, is one of the best teachers. You know, because none of us are perfect at all in our walks. We all do things, and we all have characteristics about us that the Most High does not like and He does not desire. So what's going to happen with that part of this adversity, the fire, is going to purge it out. Just like fire itself is a purgative, especially when you're dealing with precious metals. It purges the unnecessary metals, the unnecessary grit, if you will, and leaves only a pure substance. So the Lord's going to iron us hot down to where He's going to expose us to our true faith. And He wants to look at that faith like a shining bar of gold fresh out the fire, pure, so He can see it and say, this is acceptable. This is mine. I need this. But the purging must happen. Okay? So all praises goes to Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai. Shalom.